Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome to the first standard gameplay video in the new Lorwyn Eclipsed meta, and this deck slaps. It is a Kithkin Tribal deck. Kithkin is a creature type that is from Lorwyn and very rarely appears in other planes, and because of that every single one of our non-land cards is new apart from two. So let's quickly go over the two and then we'll go over the new cards. So one of them is Ballyrush Banneret, just from Foundations, a 2-mana 2/1, and Kithkin spells and soldier spells we cast cost one less to cast. So obviously this was put in Foundations knowing that Kithkin were going to be a thing in a few sets time. And the other one is Patchwork Banner, a favourite of mine in any tribal deck. 3-mana artifact. As it enters, choose a creature type. We choose Kithkin. All Kithkin then get +1/+1, and we can tab it, add 1 mana of any colour. So then let's go through the deck. Starting in the 1-drops, we have 4 copies of Kinsbale Aspirant, a 1-mana 2/1. As additional cost to cast a spell, you have to behold a Kithkin or pay 2 generic. Behold means we either reveal a Kithkin card from our hand or pick a card in play. If you've got a card in play, just pick that one, a Kithkin in play. And then it has, whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. So this can often be attacking for 3 in turn 2, or maybe even 4 if you, on turn 2, you play 2 1-drops. And our other 1-drop is Figure of Fable, a callback to original Lorwyn with Avatar of Destiny, by 1-mana 1/1, and it has a level up mechanic. We can pay 1. This creature becomes a Kithkin Scout with base power and toughness 2/3. Then we can pay 3. If it's a Scout, it turns into a soldier and becomes a 4/5. And if it's a soldier, then we can pay 6 and it becomes a 7/8 and has protection from each of our opponents, meaning our opponents cannot interact with it and none of their creatures can block or damage the figure. Obviously 6 mana is not outrageous. Then in the 2-drops, we have 3 copies of Kinscare Sentry, a 2-mana 2/2 with first strike and lifelink, so pretty good stats. And whenever this creature attacks, we may put a creature card of mana value X or less from our hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking, where X is the number of attacking creatures we control. So we get it down on turn 2, then hopefully on turn 3 we can attack with it, maybe get another 2-drop out of our hand. And then Bristlebane Battler, a 2-mana 6/6 with Trample and War 2. And you may say that is insane stats. However, one of the themes in Lorwyn is creatures coming down with -1/-1 counters on it. So this comes down with 5 of them. So it's a 2-mana 1/1. However, whenever another creature we control enters, while it has a -1/-1 counter on it, we do remove one of those counters. So the more creatures we play, the bigger this gets, and it's not hard to get it back up to its full 6/6 power. In the 3-drop slot, we have 4 copies of Brigid Klaken's Heart, a 3-mana 3/2. When it enters or transforms into Brigid, we'll get into that in a second, we create a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token. This is great to curve from the Battler into Brigid, because then the Battler will get 2 triggers from Brigid and the token entering. So it'll be a 3/3 on turn 3. And then at the beginning of our main phase, we may pay green if we do transform Brigid into Brigid Doon's Mind. I don't know if that's pronounced Doon or Down or something like that. Also a 3/2, but we can tap her to add X green or X white, where X is the number of other creatures we control. At the beginning of our first main phase, we may pay white if we do transform Brigid back into Klaken's Heart. And then obviously we get that Kithkin token again. So on turn 4, you know, assuming we've curved out, we will probably still be able to ramp by transforming Brigid, and depending on what we've got in our hand, maybe we want to keep her on Doon's Mind side to get that mana ramp. Also, because they have different names, you can get one side down, transform it, and play the first one down again. As long as you don't transform them, you'll be fine. You might be able to transform them and stack the triggers so you can transform both of them at the same time, but why risk it? And then we have Ajani Outloan Chaperone, not a Kithkin, a 3-mana 3 Planeswalker. We can +1 to create a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token. So great with all our other Kithkin. -2 to deal 4 damage attack target tap creature. That's not the best removal, but it's better than nothing. And a -8, which we're probably never going to get to. Look at the top X cards of our library, where X is our life total. May put any number of non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield, then shuffle. That is bonkers, but we're probably not ever going to get there. Then our final 3-drop is Brigid's Command, a 3-mana Kithkin sorcery. So this means it counts as a Kithkin card. So anything that says interacts with a Kithkin card will interact with this. So, for example, we're going to go into a land base. We have 2 copies of Eclipsed Realms. As it enters, we choose Elemental, Elf, Fairy, Giant, Goblin, Kithkin, Merfolk, or Treefolk. We'll choose Kithkin. It taps to add colourless, and then we can tap to add 1 mana, any colour, spend this money only to cast a spell of a chosen type or activate ability of a source of a chosen type. So if we choose Kithkin, Bridges command does count, so we can generate coloured mana for it. But be aware, Cavern of Souls says creature spell, so we cannot cast Bridget's command using coloured mana from Cavern of Souls. So just be aware of that. Anyway, Bridget's command, like all commands, we choose 2. Create a token that's a copy of target Kithkin we control. There is 1 of these for each of the main 5 creature types. I think it's 5. And the first one is always create a token as a copy of that that creature, so Kithkin Elemental, that kind of thing. Then the other one is target player creates a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token. Target creature you control gets +3/+3 to the end of turn, and target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. I have mostly been choosing the first one and the second one because we have some powerful Kithkin cards that we like copying, and then we can basically smash our opponent's best creature and get it out of the way. And final Kithkin card is Champion of a Klacken, which is one of my favourite cards from the new set. I love the art. It looks like a toddler riding a dog shaking a rattle. A 4 mana 4/5 with flash. As an additional cost, we have to cast a spell. We have to behold it, Kithkin, and then exile it. So if we behold it from our hand, we exile it, or we exile a creature on a battlefield. Other Kithkin we control get +1/+1, and then whenever this creature leaves a battlefield, return the exile card to its owner's hand. So again, each of the colours has a champion of the whatever it is. They all have that behold, and when this creature leaves a battlefield triggers. I think this is the best one, because one, it's got flash, so you can ambush. Well, one, you can play at the end of your opponent's turn and reduce the chance of it being removed. 2, you can flash in and ambush block something. You can flash it in and act as pseudo removal protection if they're going to take out one of your best creatures, or they have a spell that does multiple things and one of them targets creatures. You can flash it in and behold that one. But also, because it buffs your entire board, you can flash it in and have a lot better blocks or attacks. So I think this is really, really powerful. Something to be aware of, and I said it in one of the videos, because the trigger is when this creature leaves a battlefield, return the extra card to its owner's hand. If your opponent counters the champion, this will happen after you've exiled the card and you won't get it back, which is annoying because Oblivion Ring type effects like Banishing Light and all that kind of stuff, which when this permanent enters battlefield, remove target permanent until it leaves the battlefield. They changed the wording on those cards years ago from Oblivion Ring type ring to avoid this kind of effect, because people could you could abuse it yourself. So just be aware of that. And the final card we have is only a one of Chronicle of Victory, a 6 mana card. As it enters, choose a creature type. Creature of the chosen type get +2/+2. Sorry, creatures we control then have first strike and trample. Whenever you cast a spell of a chosen type, draw a card. With Bridges on the Doom side, this is not hard to cast. We only have one of them because we don't want too many 6-drops. But we do have 24 lands, so we could also potentially get there. Mention a couple of things in the mana base. The rest is obviously mostly plains, couple of forests, 4 verges, 4 temple gardens. These are in standard from this set. I already had 4 from playing in Historic, I think, and then 2 multiversal passages to help turn on the verge. So this deck goes wide and it can go high. Bristlebane Battler having trample is fantastic. If you do get Chronicle of Victory down, giving everything trample and first strike, you can absolutely just smash your opponent. It does suffer against removal, obviously. It also really suffers against a Lessons deck, because before we get some of our lords down or Patchwork Banner, a lot of our creatures have 1 toughness, and if they play Iris Demonstration, which just deals 1 damage to each a creature your opponent controls, it wipes the board. So be wary of that. But apart from that, it's really, really powerful. It's really, really fun. I hope you'll enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. I'd like to give a shout out to my patrons, Arcadius, Mihal, Thomas and Adrian. Thank you all for your support, and I'll see you all in another gameplay. Well, we need a 3rd land. There is a 3rd land. And there's a 4th land. We will get down Bridget next turn. I always find it funny when you're up against Tifa decks, and they always play Tifa out before the land on the turn you play her. Well, we're going to have to be aggressive. And next turn we can transform. Brigid. Hopefully. Well, we can fight the... Okay. Right, let's work out mana. You go down on green. Yeah, we can get you down. And then we're going to create a copy and fight. Create a copy of you, and then we'll fight with you. Grow our battlers a couple more times. Swing in. And next turn we can play out Brigid and the banner. And we just never transform the two. On Kithkin. Charge! I think we got on, boys. Yeah, valiant effort. We go first. Only one creature. I'm sure we'll draw more. Maybe. What's our opponent up to? Are they mulliganing towards Leyline of the Guild Pack? Who knows? Oh, they're doing nothing. There we go. Well, they did mulligan. That's good, because we can banner and then aspirant next turn. Put our battler up to a 3/3. Are they Doran? Behold, a figure of fable. I think they're Doran. Yeah. Do you have a fight spell? Let's get down you. And let's get down you. And let's level up you. I'm going to hold back. Because next turn we can cast Chronicle of Victory. Oh, I think Bridge is about to die. They are hovering over everything. Draw land, we can cast Chronicle of Victory as well. Why? On Kithkin. Let's level you up. And let's slam. So we do lose our aspirant. Down to 3. Yes, that's a big boy. And next turn we can level up the Figure of Fable to max. And have protection from our opponent. All of our opponents, but we only have 1. You have 5 mana. What are you doing with it? Okay. And you scoop straight away. Well, we go first with no green mana. Yes, thank you. We have green mana. You can get muted. Manually tap in, that's what you want to see. We'll get down to the banneret. And the sentry. Do they just have Craterhoof? You got to love the manual tap in. Why don't you wait till next turn when you could, well, I suppose you can harmonise from the graveyard. Fucking ridiculous. I don't think that's the real Necro Butcher. Oh, good. Double Cavern of Souls. Cavern of Souls cannot cast Bridges command because this does say creature spell. We will get down the banneret and hope it survives. Because then we can cast a champion. You have Menace. You could have attacked. Let's get out our Sentry and Brigid. Because then next turn we can get quite a lot of mana. If Brigid survives. Which she won't. Oh, maybe she will. We will do that. And play you on Kithkin. Let's hold back. They have a lot of clues. And they are going drawing. Obviously, this triggers their obsessive pursuits. No blocks for now. I should have blocked. I'm going to get rid of you so we can cast the command. And play you on white and shock you in. Create a copy. And then we'll fight. So we'll copy you. And we'll fight one of you. They get an extra clue. But we will swingeling in. But that is still lethal. I don't think we're allowed to go first. We'll get down the Figure of Fable. Then we'll get that killed. Then we'll get down Brigid. Sorry, Bristlebane Battler. This lessons deck. Yep. It's got wall 2. Oh, they missed the land drop. Good. We grow the Battler twice. Next turn we can transform Brigid. If she survives. She does not. And yeah, we might as well play out our hand. Now Bristlebane Battler is fully powered back up. I mean, that ain't going to do it. I suppose. Yeah, our opponent scoops. Our opponent goes first. We've got a pretty good hand, I think. Aspirant into Banneret. And then a turn 3 champion. Good, we're up against the lessons again. In fact, we have another one. I'll take that trade and they have another grand. Well, let's get down the battler then. And then next turn we can get down the banneret and the aspirant. Grow our battler a bit. They've walled 2, so it would be their entire turn if they bounce it. We will behold the... Oh, I was meant to behold the banneret. I wonder if they've got a counter spell. They do not. Well, we need a land to play out a champion. Well, there's a land. Let's see if they block. They do not. We'll do it at the end of their turn. Pay 1, draw 3. I know I've played it. I just don't get how... Like, I don't know why they printed it. Yeah, you're going to Millers. Let's another Klacken. If they counter it, we don't get it back because the leave the battlefield trigger won't trigger, which is stupid. They changed how Oblivion Ring effects work because of that very reason. Let's get you down. They have something. And this is lethal. Do they have Ether Eyes? How? Oh, yeah, because of blooming Gran. Oh. I mean, you're not minting us out this turn. Are you? Are you? No, you're not. Good effort, I suppose. Well, opponent goes first. We don't have a very fast hand. Up against Brawl by the looks of it. I think we do get down the other battler instead of the banner. Well, I suppose the outcome's the same. And it does rampers. They have another Wondertail Mentor. And a Leyline Weaver. Well, we can banner on Kithkin and then Aspirant. Wow. Are we just getting run over? Do you have another one? We could fight one of their mentors. But I think we just hold up a champion. We probably need to fight the Hellkite. But we are getting ruined. We will behold the battler. We'll trump you, and then you, and then you. Well, we can figure a fable. And then this is a sorcery. So let's create a token copy and then let's fight. So let's create a token copy of you and we'll fight you. Oh. Goodbye. And we may as well level up you. Let's swing in. They're down to 6. They're all in on the expend, aren't they? Oh, and our opponent's scoops. We could have got down another champion, beheld the sentry, and then the battler would have been a 10-10 then. So we could have swung in with that. They would have had to block quite a lot of that. But yeah. Or we could have leveled up the Fable